This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. I agree. Backstage, we get Rusev yelling at Lana for screwing up. She's really sad, knocks on a door, and we see she's going into the authorities' office. And next up, we get Roman Reigns and Big Show in a last man standing match. They get a ton of time here at 19 minutes and 43 seconds. They're pulling out all the stops. Meltzer would call it a really good brawl. And he would write, the fans saw Reigns climb, or the finish saw Reigns climb up the steps that Show had set up by the English announcers table. And as Show was standing on the table, Reigns ran up the stairs and onto the table and speared Show, and both went flying through the Spanish announce table. But Show got up to beat the 10 count, and then Reigns picked up the English announce table and turned it over on Show, trapping him so he couldn't beat the 10 count. The goal of this match was to establish Reigns as quote unquote the guy, and Show could not have done a better job in doing so. There seemed to be none of the Reigns backlash that had been evident the previous few months. 4 stars. So let's sort of unpack everything that Meltzer wrote there. The backlash was in a major way at Royal Rumble earlier in the year. They wanted Daniel Bryan to win it in Philly. It becomes Roman, and fans are not with it. They're booing it hard. Even when they try to sprinkle The Rock on top, they don't want Reigns. That becomes evident all the way through WrestleMania. They find a way to get out of that with Seth Rollins cashing in. But now we're not giving up on Roman. We want to continue to try to make him, and Big Show does a phenomenal job here. I love the creative finish of, it's not just he can't get up. We're going to pile shit on top of him and make sure he can't do it. It did a lot of good for Roman, and the crowd seemed to be with it. And Chicago is as hardcore as Philadelphia when it comes to cheering their favorites and booing the ones they don't love. And this was the exact reaction WWE was looking for, was it not?
Yeah, I don't think you can give enough credit to the fans of Chicago. They know what they like. They're honest in their reactions. They may be one of the best wrestling cities in the entire world.
Yeah.
Show in and show out. They are just so consistent and so supportive. And if you stink, guess what? They'll sit there and either be silent or they'll tell you stink. So you can always get a fair read off of the Chicago audience. And Roman, like I've seen him do in modern times with Braun Strowman, went out there and sold his ass off, and he made the giant. And Show, who I am a huge fan as a human being and as a performer, he's one of my buddies. Think the world of him. Wish him a lot of success in what he's doing right now with his new series, I think on Netflix or something. So there's your plug, Show. Awesome. But I think that night he was a giant. He worked like a giant. He made Roman, but Roman made the giant before this thing went down on the finish. And how many ways do you beat a giant? I mean, my God, putting a pile of rocks on top of him is certainly something that's credible and believable. And that's in our world, that being the announce table. I bought that finish, and the violence that went down before it, the softening up process of the spear off of the announce table and all those things and through the barricade and all that prior to the finish made me believe that was the cherry on top. And I bought it, and I think Roman walked out there better for it. Kudos to both of those guys. They both rose in prominence, I believe, that night, and it was just a hell of a match. And I enjoyed it, crap out of it.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.